Don't give me that attack. No! I've bought the Savage gear. I tell you what, this is what I used to spend money on. It popped up just as I was coming back in game. I used to spend money on energy. And energy would allow me to go and farm deer. Nowadays, because my gear is strong, not like insane, by the way, my gear is strong, buying gear sets is actually better than buying energy for my account. That's where I'm at. Normally, I don't buy gear sets, by the way, but I thought, why not do a cheeky video and just see how we get on? So what have I done? I've bought up a load of Savage gear. A load of it. They even gave me 4 million silver. That's going to allow me to roll at least one of these bad boys up. They know I'm not taking more than one of these bad boys up to max unless I get extremely lucky. So what does 250 pounds worth of gear, that's like probably, I mean, maybe it would have been $250 as well, worth of gear get you in Raid Shadow Legends? So before we get into it, what did I get? We'll get into that in a second. This is a Centi chart. And what does this show? Basically, how much energy it would have taken to get pieces of gear that I want. So for a 6-star legendary piece of Savage, which is what I'm after, the rank and rarity is a 4% chance to drop. The set that I want is an 11% chance to drop. The overall chance of those two together is a 0.46% chance that I would get a 6-star legendary piece of Savage from a finite run. It means that on average, 217 runs to get one piece, which is the equivalent of 4,348 energy. That's 33 gem refills to get one piece. And that's why endgame players with tons of cash buy sets instead of farm sets nowadays. Let's see what we got. Let's have a look. What am I looking for on Savage gear? Look at it. It's so beautiful. Look at it. It's so beautiful until you realize all that it cost me.
What did it cost?
$100 million.
So firstly, let's do the cleanse. I'm looking for crit rate. Crit rate's so important. Savage gear is a damage set. There is no point if it doesn't have crit rate, honestly. Unless it rolls super good on one of the other main stats, crit rate is essential. I need people with 100% crit rate if they're going to be rocking some Savage. So crit rate, crit damage alongside it. I want to punch my damage up. And then I'm looking for the damage multipliers like attack percent, defense percent, HP percent. I actually don't mind any of those because all three of those could be relevant for different types of champions. Yeah, it might be my Solus wants to rock the defensive ones. It might be my Trunda wants the attacking ones. And it might be that a Magnar or someone like that wants the HP ones. So they're all relevant. But kind of want those three different stats together. And then obviously we want some speed as well. Some champions do use accuracy. Some champions do use or could use some resistance. But honestly, it's mainly about those damaging stats. So do we find them? Crit rate, speed, attack percent. I really want 3 of the main ones. So that's not bad. That's a keeper. Or we roll it at least. Crit rate and attack percent. I'd need to get a lot of crit rate out of that. Crit rate, attack percent, same situation. Crit rate, attack percent, and crit damage. That's nice. I wish that last one was speed, but worth a roll. This one, probably not really worth a roll. Straight gone. This one, not really worth a roll. Not worth a roll. Could be good. Not worth a roll. Need a lot of crit rate. Speed and crit rate together would keep it. Needs a lot of crit rate. Oh dear, these are looking bad. I'm going to keep this in case it's a multi-speed, multi-HP one, which could be useful to like fill gaps. Let's roll it. Crit rate, we'll roll it. Now, they're the best pieces, by the way. Now we get to the ones which are going to be ultimately so much more difficult to find. I'm basically looking for crit damage gloves. Maybe some HP percent, maybe some defense percent gloves, maybe crit rate gloves. But honestly, for Savage gear, I want crit damage gloves. And I want crit rate as a substat. HP, look at it. Defense percent with crit damage. I mean, it could be used. Unlikely, though. Crit rate with no crit damage and no speed. Chance of me using it is so slim. Crit rate, same sort of situation. So no gloves. No gloves. So sad. So for chess, we want HP percent, defense percent, attack percent. And we're looking for crit rate and speed as the main kind of substats. Because I've got speed and crit damage, that's kind of like definitely a rollable one. Flat stat. Look at all of these great substats here. Great substats here.
Psych!
It's so sad. I guess this could be, if this rolled out like crazy crit rate, crit damage, this could actually be like a cold heart type piece. But for my account, it's very, very unlikely that I would use it. Good main stat, bad substats. Again, bad. A crit rate on an accuracy. How many champions are you going to be building 100% crit where you're building them for accuracy? And how many of those are you going to build in Savage Gear? It's just so unlikely that you would need an accuracy chest for Savage. If you do, you probably want them fast so that they get their abilities away quickly. So, again, can't see it. Definitely want speed boots here, or attack percent, or HP percent, or defense percent. Not flat HP. Attack percent with speed and crit damage, okay. Not great. This is, so far, this is probably the best potential piece that I've got. Defense percent with crit rate, crit damage, and speed on it. It's actually a really good piece. You can kind of roll anywhere on that one except flat attack, and it will be good. What was this one? Defense percent again, speed and crit damage. It's not bad. Speed ones with no crit rate, no crit damage, no attacking stats. It's these boots, straight up, unless they quad roll something, are horrendous. Not horrendous, but pretty bad. So we get rid of a bunch. Let's get into rolling these other ones up. Okay, we've got RSL Helper up. If you guys don't know about this, it's an insane tool. I've done different videos on it, so I'm not going to go into it right now, but it helps me speed up my rolls. So we take this up to 12. I'm looking for crit rate really on this last roll. It's done double attack. Double attack, speed, and crit rate is still a good piece, so this is still a 16. I still want crit rate here ideally, but if it got another attack roll, it still would be a great piece. If it got speed, it would still be a good piece. Using the optimizer to kind of piece things together. But crit rate there, that's become a strong piece. It is worth, throwing attack percent glyphs onto this so that when I do optimize, it will find the juicy piece. So good start-ish. We've already got rid of a load, I guess, but not a bad start. This one, it's got to roll in crit rate or attack for me to be loving it. Kind of want it to multi-roll somewhere, ideally. Attack percent, fine. Double attack, double crit would be okay. Triple attack, single crit would be great as well. If it wants to go quad attacking, it would have been better. It's still probably worth taking to 16 for me. This won't end up on any of my best champions in the game, but it could end up finding its way onto some sort of low-level nuker in Faction War, something along those lines. So, I mean, a couple of pieces which are not bad. One good, I'd say. One not bad. Rolling crit rate there is a good finish. Not going to throw any glyphs on it, though. Same sort of situation with this. It's basically the same piece all over again. We just don't want this middle one rolling in. Ideally, attack percent or crit rate. Triple crit rate is really what I want. But we're doing the same type of thing here. It's rolling kind of high rolls, which is not bad. Or which is good. Yeah, you've got a chance to roll a low roll or a high roll with every piece that you do. 24% attack now. Now this is feeling like a chest. It's like a mini chest that we're putting on. That pops up as a 30% attack. We've got ourselves a good piece. If it gives me 12% crit rate as well, a good piece. Or 13%, I think you can do. Come on, game. Burn my silver, please. So far, got a few weapons. That's where my money has gone. That's why I'm in the sin bin. Come on. Oh, wow. So long. Okay, cool. This is a good piece as well. Worth throwing a glyph on. Another 3%er. We love glyphs. Come out as a 6. That's good. Okay, cool. Couple of big attack pieces. This is the high potential piece here. Crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, all in one place. I really want crit rate. Crit rate's what I'm after. Good. Crit rate again would be fantastic for this piece. And then I don't mind if it then evens out in any of these other top 3 stats, honestly. Crit damage is strong as well. If it double roll crit rate and crit damage, I will be really pleased with that. Anything but the last bottom roll here, and this is a great piece. We'll find our speed somewhere else. Generally, your Nuka is going last in your team anyway, so they can be a bit slower. But this, again, like we've got ourselves a few good weapons here. All attack-based weapons, though. So that has come out pretty damn juicy. Again, throwing in the glyphs. Oh, nice little 8%. Good. That's a good piece. Let's get onto the helms. So this is an HP-based helm. You know, this is like your Magnar. Again, we've got all good stats here. But the one I wanted the least was the one it's rolled. Crit rate, good. Give me a triple crit rate roll, please. No, we've gone up the top. This becomes quite a kind of varied piece now. You know, you do have plenty of HP-based champions that might want to land debuffs, but yeah, it becomes a bit more specialist. One across the board, it's okay. It's an okay piece. There's not that much of this stuff that I will just completely get rid of, unless it rolls completely terribly. It needs to make a decision what it's going to do. This is really a crit rate piece, because the other stats, HP is good for anyone, attacks only for attack-based champions. So this would be someone that I'm trying to keep alive, or someone like a Mountain King that gets double stats. Attack and HP would be really good for this piece. But I really want a second crit rate roll to make this a valuable piece to me. As it is, kind of bang average, but with, you know, a couple of good substats at least. Yeah, that's come out nice. So actually, that's come out as a good piece. 17% crit rate is always going to be pretty handy. Let's do some shields. Crit rate and speed is what I'm looking for. Not probably my least favorite roll that could do is resistance and accuracy. If it rolls another one, is it even a keeper anyway now? It's probably not a keeper right now. It's rolled crit rate. I mean, since I've got loads of silver, I'll take it up. It needs to hit crit rate again, really, for this to be of worth. And even then, it's very, very low par. This one probably... I probably shouldn't have even started rolling it as soon as it hit these two, honestly. It's very unlikely I'm going to put this on someone useful. It will end up being just like a... I've kept it because I spent a lot of money type of piece. Yeah, it's a weird piece. That's probably a seller, really. What we got here? Crit rate, HP. I mean, this one was dubious to keep anyway. It needs to be multiple rolls of crit rate. Rate and accuracy. We'll take it up to 12. If it crit rates again, a triple crit rate would be nice. Rate, HP, accuracy. Just average. Just bang average. Again, HP-based champion that needs to land something, maybe. But can still do a bit of damage. There's not many of them around, honestly. Definitely not Jing-Won. HP, yeah, so it's an average piece. What we got here? Speed, defense percent, HP percent. So it's basically a tanky piece with resistance on it as well. It's unlikely that you turn a tanky piece into a savage set. You know, it's unlikely that's going to go down. So all I'm really looking for here is just probably a quad roll resistance now, or a trip roll resistance, and then it's probably not even for savage gear. It's just a high resistance piece. At my gear level, it's unlikely that that will actually be used in that kind of setup, but you never know when you want a bit of extra resistance on someone who's going to do a bit of work. It's just an average off piece. Speed, crit damage, defense percent are the three where I want. Ideally, probably a pretty good mix of them all, or a very high roll somewhere, like a triple quad roll defense percent would be awesome. Or another roll of speed here would be good as well for a speed focused damage dealer. I'd have to find the crit rate somewhere else. You know, they might end up being in crit rate gloves with a piece like this, which isn't ideal. Or we need to find like trip rolls, crit rate somewhere else to make something like this work. But it is a lot of defense on a piece. It is worth a cheeky glyph in case I'm looking for a defense-based damage dealer. Same type of stuff. Crit rate, crit rate, crit rate. All I really want. That one I'm not going to take any further. It's gone up. So gloves, I mean, I said at the time, these are pretty average gloves. Is it even worth me taking them up? I don't know, to be honest. This definitely isn't for like a high damage build. I won't take it up any further than that. It's unlikely I'll ever use those gloves. Crit rate. Kind of want to max roll HP or defense percent here. And if I got like a quad roll defense percent or a quad roll HP percent, then these could be good for a damage dealer in that set. This is kind of rolled bang average again. I don't have many sets of crit rate gloves, so I will keep them, but it's not a good roll. And if I was like putting my account in for a cleanse, then someone would be like, Hell Hades, really? Why are you keeping those? Like, they're not good enough. You're not being brutal enough with your gear. These are the same, just like pretty terrible roll. They've got to go. Onto the chest then. So this could be a good piece. Crit damage, speed, and defense percent all on a piece here. Multi-rolls of speed would be good. A crit damage roll would be good. Yeah, this is nice. Another roll of speed, that would be awesome. You just never know when you're going to need that kind of fast piece amongst other slow pieces. If you haven't managed to roll your speed somewhere else, you've got to find it somewhere. Anything with like a trip roll speed is going to be awesome for an account in this type of set. Go on. Hit a trip. Hit me a trip roll. Go on. Come on. Please. Give me something. Okay, crit damage. It's not bad. Not bad on an HP percent chest. HP percent chest might just be someone that isn't going full nuke. They've got to stay alive a bit. Now I've given them some speed, a bit of crit damage, and a bit of survivability. That's actually good. This one, I'm not really sure what I'm thinking with this, honestly. I mean, if it goes quad crit rate, it is a potential cold heart piece. Because cold hearts, they need to stay alive. They don't need attack percent. Yeah, they just need enough stats to get themselves out of the way of being a tank. And late game, they don't even need to have high crit damage. They mainly just need survival stats. So something like Savage Gear actually comes in pretty clutch for wave content. Give me a triple roll there, and I may have just not wasted all my silver. Comment below. Do you like this piece? Comment below. Would you have kept this piece? 23% crit rate. It's very niche where you would use it, but I feel like it is usable. Okay, boots, speed, crit damage. Mainly crit damage is what we're looking for here. Double. Go on, give me a triple. Give me a triple or a roll of speed. None of these other terrible ones. None of the other terrible stuff, please. Come on, game. What? How much have I spent? I spent a month's worth of farm. Ah, oh, yikes. That's a real shame because I'm pretty short on attack percent boots in this set. So this is the one I said. It's got probably one of the highest potentials of any piece that I've landed today. Just don't give me attack. Crit rate, speed is a preference here. Bit of crit damage would be nice, but don't give me that attack. No! Don't give me attack! Oh, man. So annoying. So annoying, this game. No crit rate extra roll. They're still very useful boots, honestly. They're probably still the best piece that I've got today. Saying something when they are the best piece I've got. The top 3 items we want here, mainly speed or crit damage. Probably crit damage now is what I'm looking for, a roll or 2. But with no crit rate on, they're going to be very difficult to use. Roll down here. These will probably be sitting around for a while until I decide to clean them out, honestly. Who else is saddened by this event? Who else is saddened? Oh man, what am I doing? What on earth am I doing? Look at that crap. Last one. It's not even worth rolling it. They're just a 6-star pair of boots. So what's good? One good piece. I've got a bunch of good weapons actually. 1, 2 good weapons, 3 good weapons, 1 okay. 1 good helm. Could be a good shield here. Good chest. Maybe a good chest in certain situations. Good set of boots. That's it. What are you saying? I've been Hell Hades. Gear sets are the way forward, but not today.